Hi everyone, yeah, today I've done like 2 videos so far, so I think I'm uploading probably too many videos all at once, but yeah, I obviously know myself, my last video, obviously I think it might have been about maybe an hour ago, but it took a while to upload and stuff, but it obviously was just some vinyls in general way and whatnot. The only reason obviously I'm trying to do some, videos and stuff because I think I'm only going to do like one video when I'm away at heart and that's it. And then probably the only next video after that would just be obviously all them style council records when they come. As I said, I'll do them all together, I'm not doing them like separate or anything. But yeah, what I'm just going to decide to do on this video, so it's obviously going to make it a bit more interesting probably than the last one because the last one might be a bit dull from, probably them just records and stuff. This one obviously, because I've seen like, I've uploaded now all my records on it and stuff, is going to be of course the one which we have been waiting for. The one we have been waiting for, which obviously of course is a special one. You could probably tell where I'm sitting in position. You can probably think, yeah, I know exactly what one he probably means. If you don't know what I mean, you'll see it in a minute. But yeah, I did think I tried to say it on one of my videos, but I had to delete that video because unfortunately, yeah, it's just... Nah, I don't think I could, really, could I? But yeah, obviously this video is going to be based on this certain one. And I literally received it, which was only yesterday, and I said, I think as well, like a few of my videos I might have stated that, yeah, I'm going to definitely come around to it, and I'm going to definitely end up doing it. So because of the fact of reason, I've come back from MK and everything today and stuff, I might have to go. It's kind of there. Excuse me a moment, sorry. Yeah, I'm obviously going to do this one today, so there's obviously going to be separate, and it'll be the last video, so I promise there's going to be no videos until I'm away, so, there's going to be no more wear ones and records and that, so don't worry. But yeah, today's one, obviously, of course, is my bestie, and it's obviously my big boy, which is, of course, the Weller BBC's one. Now, this one has come all the way from freaking Japan and everything, so I'll give you obviously a little background story on that, and then obviously I'll go and show you obviously of the whole thing itself, because this video is more dedicated to this one. So yeah, obviously this album, it literally came all the way from Japan and stuff. As I've mentioned on a couple of my videos, I came into like a really big, massive problem because literally it was being delivered and everything. It came obviously into the country, it came to Coventry area and stuff. Parcel Force was supposed to deliver it. Well, here we go. Obviously, the next part would be custom fees. Custom fees, they never told me how much I was supposed to pay. So obviously, that circumstances went round in like a loop, and I was like, what on earth is going on and everything, and it just started to stress me out a lot. So what happened is, sadly, because of that circumstances, I had to literally, this record itself, go onto eBay and find a copy, and I found a copy, won it. But the downside to it is obviously, come the next day, this was being delivered, and it was confirmed because I spoke to customer service, and then they said to me, yeah, we'll deliver to you next day, i.e. yesterday, which was Thursday, whatnot. So yeah, obviously all that happened and built up and that, and this finally came, and then obviously when I placed that order online, I luckily was managed to cancel it because, obviously the seller that I was buying with and stuff, I said obviously because of my circumstances, and I paid for it the most and that, but yeah, I had to cancel it because they probably all, knew that I was expecting this record in the end and everything and whatnot. But it finally arrived and stuff, so I was pleased and I was happy. All my other obviously records have been featured in my videos, so you've seen all them so far and stuff. But as I said, in this one, this one of all ones, and I haven't done any of yet because it is literally like the most rarest ones out of all of them, I'd probably say, in my opinion. It's literally like you go on Disclosures now, and you won't hardly even see any copies of it whatsoever. There's none in literally available in this country off there at the moment. If you go on eBay, there is actually 3 listed on there, all up for bidding at the moment and whatnot. But in my opinion, some of them are quite decent starting bids. Well, maybe say probably one of them is more decent starting bid. The rest is like really expensive the way it's going. So yeah, I've paid a lot of money for this one, I know myself, with custom fees on top on it, as I mentioned, and obviously the record altogether, and this has cost me at least like over £300 something just for this alone. So I know this myself, it's not going to ever go into bad days, is it? I'm always going to keep this record in immaculate condition. It has obviously seen, I'll show you in a minute, better days, but it's alright, it's nothing bad, it's not major issues that's happened to it. Anyway, I obviously want to show you quickly first. Obviously, this is the one where it came from, who I just mentioned, is based in Japan. They have got an official website, called Time Bombs, and they do have some very rare records on there at the moment and stuff, which I've seen. So if you're up obviously for getting some rare records off there, go for it. If obviously you think, you know, if you want to enhance custom fees issue though. But yeah, there is a jam one on there I've seen recently as a live one. I think it's a really rare one. I've never ever seen that before in my life. I can't remember what it's called, but literally for the price on there, you're talking like £400 something. So it is very pricey. Some of their prices on there are very pricey indeed. But yeah, Time Bomb Records have always a lot of rare stuff on there. I think also I spotted on there they've got currently like the first press version of Fly Off the Wall. I don't really want to get it out because I'm going to be pulling all my records back and it's going to be a hassle and nightmare. But yeah, they gave me this little advertisement thing for their store and stuff in Japan. So if you ever go to obviously Japan itself and abroad and stuff, definitely go and give these guys a visit and stuff. It's probably better in person rather than buying it off the website and then going through custom free circumstances. So if you ever go to Japan on holiday and stuff, give it a go. I'd recommend it. But yeah, on to the actual record itself. Apologies if they've got, like, you've probably seen in the front there's a little sticker corner in that, which is kind of stuck on the sleeve. I was going to take this off because, you know, it's supposed to come off because it will just leave on the thing otherwise and whatnot. But yeah, there's a little sticker thing they left on there. But anyway, down to the real business. Literally I've shown you the front so far, and I don't obviously want to try and rip this open because it's, you know, delicate. But that's the inside itself, and obviously you can see the inside itself is absolutely amazing in it because there's all the pictures inside it. On there you've obviously got all the explanation of what the sides songs are on there, which I'm all reading in a minute because they're all on the back and stuff, what is actually contain the tracks on these records. If I can get this out carefully, briefly. This is one of them I think that had a split in it at the side, but it's only just one of these and a white sleeve things for it, so it's not a major issue for it. But yeah, this is obviously the records, which are standard black ones and whatnot. This has been looked after very well, I admit. You know, it has literally, to me, it hasn't really been hardly touched, like played and all that. But it's absolutely amazing, these ones. As I said, this BBC one is just stunning to have because it's so hard to get nowadays. This side one, I could even just say it even off this. Side one obviously contained Wildwood, Hung Up, Clues, Out of Sinking, Broken Stones, You This Night to Me, and The Poacher. The Poacher, that was it. Yeah, and The Poacher is obviously my favourite song I've been listening to on my DVD version. Then side two obviously was Driving Nowhere, Friday Street, Thinking of You, Further Mountain, Come On Let's Go, All I Want to Do Is Be With You, of course, and then Pretty Flamingo. So that was side two for them ones, whatnot. Then I think, if I'm right or wrong, yeah, I haven't put them inside these because I know myself, I don't want to end up tearing these because these are in really good condition at the moment, especially what I paid, which is really understandable. But this is obviously the, you know, the little container sleeve where the record would go in and stuff. Like I just said, it's inside that. I'm not taking that out, I'm keeping it the way it is because these, yeah, have been looked after very well. This is obviously just got all the information on this though. It tells you obviously on all these and stuff. This is about Paul Weller 2008 and all his little, you know, mentions here Wildwood thing, Brief, Stanley Road, Heavy Soul, Heliocentric as it's now, 22 Dreams. So it gives you obviously the background on it on his, you know, albums themselves and stuff and whatnot. Apologise if I've got Star Cancel if you can hear it, but you know, I'm going to play a bit of Star Cancel. But yeah, that one's obviously for that album on side the first record, 1 and 2. This one obviously is going to be now for the next sides and the next album parts. So this is obviously again the sleeve, which is on the L part, which has got a picture of Weller on the front there, and then obviously on the back of it has this, which is obviously again some little information. Like it says, like, you know, who designed, Comrade and all that sort of thing, mastered, them sort of things, and you know, saying universal thanks to and all them sort of bits. I won't mix them up obviously because I know what size what I'm hoping. This obviously is the other part because obviously this contains 3, like I said, yeah, 3 records inside it. So that was obviously with the pictures you can tell as well, and obviously he did recordings and stuff on that one. And then obviously on this one again is the same when he's done recordings and stuff for this BBC and whatnot. I'll probably I'll take these records out last because then I can put them back in easy. There's 2 inside, obviously this all together and whatnot. So obviously again it's just 2 black vinyls. It's not a colours edition and all that, but you know, if they ever did reissue, I think they should do a colour version in my opinion, because it actually could be a very good idea. A lot of people might go for it, especially because colour versions will be quite, you know, interesting to have, but it just depends on if it even ever happened or just do it as a reissue altogether. Side 3 obviously was more like My Ever Changing Moods, Cosmos, Head Start for Happiness, Into Tomorrow, Can You Hear Us Holy Man, and then obviously Walk On Gilded Splinters. Side 4 was more like Sunflower, Tales from the Riverbank, Peacock Suit. What the hell is that? Peacock Suit, Science, Brand New Start, and Changing Man. So that was obviously for them ones. And then side 5, here we go, obviously the last ones was Porcelain Gods, All the Pictures on the Wall, Up in Susie's Room, Circle. I think that's more based on Ocean Coliseum, if I'm right or wrong. I might be right, I might be wrong. Driving Nowhere, I Shall Be Released, and then obviously on the last part, which is side 6 altogether, is Hung Up, Wildwood, Roll Along Summer, Let It Be Me, Frightened, Superstar Forever, and that's Entertainment, of course. Good one, Jam. So yeah, that is literally all the tracks on that, and that is all the, you know, sleeves that came for it and stuff. And of course, obviously on the back is just going to tell me all what I just mentioned a moment ago, so I went through the whole lot of them and whatnot. But it's just exactly the same as, like, you know, the DVD ones that you might have seen in my videos and stuff and whatnot. The inside again is obviously going to give me the tracks, what I just mentioned, and contain all the information and stuff. But yeah, that is literally, obviously, of course, the record itself. As I said, it's been looked after very well and stuff. It has got like a little few, you know, wears and dents and bits and stuff, but it's not the end of the world at the end of the day, but yeah, I don't know if I obviously did show this DVD one, didn't I? I think I must have done on my CD, sorry, one, obviously on one of my videos and stuff as well. But again, this is obviously the deluxe DVD that I keep saying DVD. Deluxe CD that I have and stuff, and it's obviously got loads more tracks on this, and again, nowadays this is a rarity to even get. You know, it's got literally more 4 CDs on it rather than just like 2. You know, obviously you can get the 2 version in it, and then obviously, of course, I've got the DVD version over there, which again is quite sort of a rarity, but I got that off of CX for a bargain of £3, so I was lucky to even have that. But yeah, this obviously uses, like I say, the 4 CD and stuff, and it's got much more tracks on it. I'm not going to go through every single track because I think I might have done it in one of my videos and stuff. So check on one of my videos and watch, and you'll see obviously me, you know, sharing all this in detail and whatnot on that and stuff. Maybe I'll just say like a little quickie thing as well. But yeah, obviously on this video as well, I could do it as a quick run through. I'll probably go through, like, because obviously I've got the whole lot of them now. Quickie of like the albums that is probably, I say, my favourites and whatnot. So, you know, and I'd probably say like why they're my favourite or something. But yeah, obviously down to business on that part. My first one, I'd probably say out of all of them, like first. So these obviously more going to be the albums, so we wouldn't really include the live ones. I think my first one out of all of them, I can't speak properly today. My first out of all of them would definitely have to probably be Studio 150. Now the only reason I heard Studio 150 is not because of rarity, but because the songs on it is quite good. There is obviously some songs I don't really listen to, but there is a lot of them on there I do like and whatnot. I'd probably say like my favourite songs on this is definitely has to be, you know, If I Could Only Be Sure's one, Wishing on a Star, Bottle, of course, Close to You, Early Morning Rain, One Way Road I don't mind, Hercules is quite a good one I always liked as well, Thinking of You, All Along the Watchtower, and Birds. So there's a few that, you know, I probably might miss, but not a lot of them. And yeah, this is definitely one of my favourites, which I showed on my video for definite. So yeah, Studio 150 is a good one. I'd probably say like my second one. I'd probably say like my second one could possibly be. I'd probably say, yeah, my second one could possibly be more heliocentric, if I'm honest. The heliocentric is obviously a second good one and stuff. Excuse me, because mostly again I like, you know, He's the Keeper, Frightened, Sweet Peas one, and yeah, Dust and Rocks is obviously one of my favourites, and Loveless. But again, obviously, you know, the other tracks on not a major one and stuff and whatnot. But this is obviously another good album that I've always loved listening to. So I'd probably say that as my number 2 and whatnot. I'll probably do this video as like my top 5 is right, because I ain't going to drag this video on further. Probably maybe say number 3 could be As Is Now. As Is Now, yeah, I'd probably say like number 3 is As Is Now and stuff. Because obviously again, this has obviously got on it like, you know, Blink and You'll Miss It, Paper Smile, Come On Let's Go, Here's the Good News, it's not too bad, Start Forever, Pan, All of the Missing One, again, not too bad, Savages I like, definite, Fly Little Birds, definitely like, Roll on Summer, not too bad, I Want to Make It Alright, not too bad, From the Floorboards Up, it's kind of, you know, not in, put it in a sort of different direction here, like the CD would have done. Bring Back the Funk, which is not too bad, and then The Pimple Boy is obviously another one which I always loved. But yeah, probably say it was number 3, not because again of the rarities and all these sort of things. But yeah, it's obviously a nice one to definitely love and listen to. Number 4, I would have kind of put it down as number 4 and stuff, but it's more of so, you know, on one of my 5s, definite. It's obviously, of course, 22 Dreams. 22 Dreams, it won't tell me all the tracks on here and stuff, but it's got a lot of amazing tracks in here, like, you know, Black River and them sort of ones. What was it? Echoes Around the Sun, that was it, and all them sort of things. So yeah, 22 Dreams, obviously, of course, would be probably say number 4-ish. Well, and number 5, it's not obviously gonna like saying this, these are not my last from like best till last, don't worry. These are obviously just my top 5 I like listening to the most. I'd probably say debating on, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze now. What is that? Excuse me. I'd probably say it's a bit of a difficult choice to sort of do, but I'd probably say I have to give it all the way down to probably his first Rover album, of course. It has to be his first album, yeah, because obviously you've got all the good ones on that, like Cosmos, weren't it, and stuff, and Oh yeah, and then, you know, Above the Clouds and them sort of ones. Don't Worry, Wildwood and Stanley Road are not obviously on my bottom list, whatever you think. They are obviously on one of my tops as well, but I'm only just, like I said, I'm doing it as like, you know, my favourite 5 and stuff. But yeah, definitely his first album is a really good one, I always love listening to. That one, obviously, of course, I've just been notified. Oh, I'm mixing all these up now, don't want to do that. I've been notified recently that, yeah, my reissue is being sent on its way as well, which is another record coming, but I'm not going to do a review on that because reissues is similar, really, in it to like the first press and whatnot, which I've shown already, probably. But yeah, that is everything. That is the BBC one, that is my top 5 Weller albums and whatnot, so yeah. As I said in my last video today and stuff, you know, just like and subscribe, keep checking. All my Style Council ones will be together when obviously I get them all together and whatnot. So yeah, definitely make sure to like and subscribe, and you'll see obviously all them ones be uploaded eventually. My next video is it's not gonna be the weekend. Don't worry, there's not gonna be another odd video coming because I've posted too many. I think it was right today. There's going to be no videos over the weekend. There's going to be no videos obviously before I'm away. So when I'm away, I will definitely do whatever I buy there, but I will not do it until I've got everything. So say for instance, if I've brought some certain, like say for instance CDs or, you know, records or something, and also when I'm in the hotel, I'll do it then. So obviously I'll be in Derby, like I just mentioned. It'll probably be more when, like, after I've gone out on a day out to Stoke-on-Trent, because that'll be more better bet when, you know, to get more better things. So that will be my next video, will be more when I'm away wise, so that'll be a better idea to do. That might not be more based on like lots of Weller and stuff. It might be more based on like maybe probably say David Bowie, because I was going to thinking of getting like a couple of these records when I was away. So yeah, it might be more probably David Bowie based, that was it. And yeah, thank you for watching again, and I hope you definitely like that video. Obviously, of course, on the last album and stuff, like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you for watching.